Hi everyone, this is Dr. Peggy Symingson. I want to do a book talk on the Cat Man of Aleppo, and it takes place in Syria, and it's based on a true story of a time in war-torn Syria when Muhammad Allah al-Jalil, an ambulance driver, stayed behind to help start a cat sanctuary. And the book is about himself, so it's a humanitarian story about people coming together to help support his sanctuary and to help support the efforts he made. And so I'd say the first 2/3 of the book are about what he did and why. He was an ambulance driver, he stayed behind. The pictures, I would say, are realistic, they're artistic, and they depict an environment, of war. And at the same time, the pictures and the text narrate this story of these abandoned cats. And so it's written for, I'd say, all elementary grades. You could do this as a read aloud. He calls to the cats. They're still people in the city, but the pictures really depict just all these cats. It's like they talk to each other and people came and they donated, and they donated from all over the world. And so I think it would be fascinating to read this story and then use the internet to look up the true story that parallels this narrative text. So it's just inspiring. They do talk about hope and love. I think this would fit well too with peace education, generosity, global issues, war. And then I think that the notes at the end of the book are always good, because although it's a picture book for children, the information helps if there's an adult or an older student reading with the child, it helps them build their background. There's a note from the authors, and then there's a note from the illustrator. It's interesting that the illustrator followed citizen journalists and photographers on Twitter who were on the ground. So that's really interesting too. I think it's a statement about how we get information. So anyway, peace education, inspiration, The Cat Man of Aleppo by Irene Latham and Karim Shamsi Basha, illustrated by Yuko Shimizu. Highly recommended.